Hello, Create Schools. Today we're going to talk about the destruction of Czechoslovakia in 1938. This is one of our last steps to why did international peace break down by 1939, part of the Hitler chapter. This is our fourth video in the series. Go ahead and get out a piece of paper and a pen and copy that down, and we'll move on to the next slide. Okay, as you probably have already seen, this is a really short video, and I've actually only got 2 slides worth of information, and then I have 2 of those leveled answer slides for you. So I've been talking, every time I've been showing you the video, I keep pointing to this area over here around Czechoslovakia and saying, this is the Sudetenland, we'll talk about it later. Well, now is the time to talk about it. So Germany had already had the Rhineland back because they moved people in there. They've already had the Anschluss with Germany, Austria and Germany, Anschluss, and they've already rearmed, and they've already helped. The Spanish would be way over here in the Spanish Civil War. But like a lot of these areas around, the Sudetenland was very, very full of German people of German descent. Here's Sudetenland. You need to remember that word. It's extremely important. It comes up more often than Czechoslovakia. So in Sudetenland, Henlein, he was the leader of the Nazis party there, and he tried to rally people in order to get them to pay attention and, hey guys, let's be part of Germany. We're Germans. We are not Czech. We are not Slavs. We should definitely be here, be part of Germany. And Hitler said, I will fight in order to get that back. I really want that area back. Remember, that's part of his Lebensraum, his Grosser Deutschland, is to get the area that all the Germans, where the German descent people live. And so the Czechoslovakia, they had seen what was going on in the Spanish Civil War, so they were prepared to fight. Sudetenland is a very, very important mineral area for Czechoslovakia, so they really didn't want it to go away. So I got a cartoon over here for you, and it says, here we've got Hitler over here, he's chopping up Czechoslovakia, and it says, what a handy article an umbrella is. And this is about appeasement, and we're going to talk about appeasement shortly. So this is I believe he would be a British guy who basically is ignoring what's going on here, saying, okay, Hitler, you can take it if you want. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that in the next slide. So pause here if you haven't taken those notes, and I'll move on to the next one. So the Munich Conference in 1938. So we've got Neville Chamberlain, who is from the British. And he said he's going to try to maintain peace at this Munich conference, and so to try not to have war start. Now, there was a word we haven't been using, and that word is appeasement. And I'm going to explain what appeasement is in just a few minutes. But so basically, Britain and France had been appeasing Germany, which basically means giving him what he wants. Okay, and so when this Munich conference, they're going to make one last attempt in order to get everything to be okay and have Hitler not basically take too much or go to war. Now, really interesting, they did not invite the Czechs. Okay, the Czech people weren't invited to come to this meeting. It's about their country, but why should they join? So Hitler said, okay, so really, if you're just going to give it to me and I don't have to fight for it, then I just want part of Sudetenland. And actually, I'm really going to be nice. I'm not going to take it. We're going to have a plebiscite. Here's that plebiscite word. We're going to let the people vote to see if they want to join Germany. And Chamberlain said, that actually seems really reasonable. We should go ahead and do that. But 3 days later, Hitler said, actually, the Czech government is really mistreating all of those ethnic Germans in the Sudetenland. So I think I'm just going to want the whole thing back. So Mussolini joins to find out what's going on and make sure everything's okay. And 10 days later, they basically give Hitler all of the Sudetenland. Okay, so once again, Britain had appeased Hitler and gave him what he wants. And Chamberlain said, it's peace for all our time. So I've also gone ahead and wrote this. It's a joint declaration of Chamberlain and Hitler on the 30th of September 1938. And it says, "We regard the agreement signed last night as a symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again. We are resolved that we shall use consultation to deal with any other questions that may concern our two countries, and we are determined to continue our effort to assure the peace of Europe." So, anyway, I'm pretty sure at the time Hitler was indeed actually planning going to war. I can't be positive, but pretty much everything he's doing is building up that way. So we're going to have a whole section on appeasement, another one of my videos coming up, but I wanted to show you these right here, this video. It says, "Shh, he'll be quiet now, maybe." And I always explain to people that appeasement is like when a baby is screaming and crying and he wants a lollipop. You appease him, you give him the lollipop, and he shuts up. That's basically your appeasement. So we have Chamberlain here, we have Europe here, Hitler is a baby, the Munich Agreement basically appeasing him, giving him the bottle, and he's holding tight to his bag of added concessions. Because if you remember, he was only supposed to get part of Sudetenland, and 10 days later, he got everything without having to fight for it. Okay, so if you haven't taken these notes down, please pause the video and take the notes now. And then I'm going to show you the next two pages. We have a leveled answer about the Sudeten crisis and the Munich Agreement. And then we have the leveled answers about the occupation of Czechoslovakia in 1939. So those are two that you can take a look at. Sorry, I'll go back to the first one. If you want to pause here, here's the first one. And then you can get a screenshot of it, or you can go to my slides that are also there. And here is the second one if you want to go ahead and get a screenshot of it and read it at your time. And again, anything that you find in here that really helps you analyze or think about or understand it better, please add them to your notes. If you have any questions, please let me know.